Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our employees management system. So as you can see, we have our dashboard where we'll be actually enhancing this. Then we'll have some analysis here. Then we have employees list. So on the employees list, you can see we have a list of employees where you can filter by the employee number, the employee full name, the phone number, and the email address. And you can also add a new employee. So if you add a new employee, you are given this form. You can add all these details and you can even attach a photo for employee. So if you go back to our employees list, you'll notice that you can actually filter by employee number. If you click search, you can actually filter by the employee number. So also we have holidays. We have the holiday start, that is the title, start date, end date, description, the created by and the created on. And you also have the titles, the description, and the start date and end date as the filters. So you can actually pass the filter and you can filter this particular holiday. So I want us also to see the leave adjustments. So within the system, you can see we have the leave adjustments, which can be either negative or positive. We also have under leave adjustments, we have leave balances. You can see the employee with the balances that they have, and we also have a leave periods. So you can see the leave periods. Then we also have under leave applications, we have the leave types. You can define various leave types within the application, and you can also apply for new leave. So if you click add new, you can apply for a leave application. So you start date, end date, the leave duration, and the leave type. Then you can also attach a photo or even a document, then you save. So these leave applications goes through an approval workflow. So you can see we have approved status here for those leave that has been approved. You also have under leave applications, you also have the rejected leave applications. So leave applications can be rejected. So under system security, we have system user, system roles, profile, and the audit logs. Every transaction that you are capturing within our application is being tracked. So you can actually view the details within the system. Then under administration, we have designation, departments, banks. So what I want us to introduce today, I want us to introduce another sub area on this navigation called system settings. So under system settings, this is where we'll be having some of the system settings, like maybe the number of times someone needs to key in the passwords, whether we also need to define the general company information. So that is where we are going to have that. So let's just go to our application and views, then shared. So I'm going to go to views, then shared. Then under view shared, I'm going to add a subsection called system settings. So I'm going to copy that. Then where we have our system administration, just down here, I'm going to add an area for system. So just do that. I'm going to close that. And I believe this is the one that closes that. Then here we are going to say system settings. So here then I'm going to pick in. So the next tab that we'll have, the first tab that we'll have under system settings is the actually company information. So I want us to have the company information using this system. So we need to define that within the system. So if we launch our application, we should be able to see this new tab. That is the system settings, and we have the company information as one of the sub-tab or sub-module within our application. So let's just launch and see. So if you're new to this channel and you've been following this series, consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you've not subscribed. So if I just log in, there we go. You see, we now have our system settings and we have the company information as one of the sub-module. So what I want us to do, I want us to create a model. And remember, the first thing that we need to do is to create a model. Then we need to have that information within our database. So let's just go to our models. Then I'm going to create a model called company information. Let's just call that company information. Then I'm going to add that. Then within our company information, let's have a public int ID. So this will be our primary key. Let me try to zoom that so that we are able to see it. Then I can have a string. Then I can have the company name. I'll just do name. I can have address. I can say a string. Then I can say address. Then I'll also have here something called, I can do phone number. So here I'll just do phone number. Phone number. So I'll do that. Can also do here, I'll just do string. Then I can just do NSSF number, that is for the company. We also have the NHIF number for the company, and you also have the KRA PIN. So this is the tax compliance PIN. So if you have that in your country, then you can include all the details that are related to the company. Then I can also have your photo, logo, I mean. So I can have your logo. Another thing is I can have maybe the contact person for the company. So that is what we set up here. So I'll just do contact person. Then I'll also have maybe a postal code. I'll do a postal code. Postal code. And I can have city. And remember city, it is actually, I'll just do a city. This will be an int. And this is a city ID. So city is part of cities. So I should actually have this as my foreign key. So then I'll have here city. And this will be city. So the next thing is I can also do country. So I'll just do here country. So I'll do country ID. Then I can also do here, so let's do here country. And this will be country. So once you are done with that, so the next thing that you can, I think that is it for company information. So what I want us to do now, let's add this to our application DB context. So then we'll add the migrations. So I'll just now zoom this in a bit. So I'll just come here, then I'll do public DB set. DB set. I'll just do public DB set. Then I'm going to have all this here. Then I can say this is company informations. Then I can do get set. That is it. So the next thing is to add migrations. So I'm going to add migrations. So let's just add migrations and update our database. So I'm going to add migrations. Then package manager console. Then here I'll just do add migration. Then provide the name of the migration, company information. Then press enter. Then our database will be, that is our file will be generated, and we are good to update our database. So for those who are watching this channel for the first time and you are following, please consider subscribing, like our videos, and comment down below. So there we go. So our file has been generated, and you can see it is creating the table company information with all these field details. Then it has our primary key and some of the foreign keys that we have indicated. So I'm going to choose to now update our database. So I'll do update database. So that is update database. So if I press enter, our database will be updated. There we go. So let's just wait and see. There you can see the commands that are running, and you can see here we have this create table, ID, name with all these columns. So I think that is okay. So the next thing is we need to scaffold. So let's just go to our views. That is our controllers. And I'm going to scaffold this. So I'm going to do here scaffold. Then I can say here a new item. Then we can do MVC controller with views using entity framework. Then I'm going to have here, now choose my model that we've just added, that is the company information. And I'll choose my DB context, which is application DB context. Then I'll have my controller name. So if I click add, it will generate all the CRUD views. That is the create, details, index, and the delete views, and have all the code generated for us. So our work will just be to hook the controller to our navigation, and we should be able to navigate to that specific page. So let's just wait and see. So for those who are following this video and you like the video, comment down below on what you need us to include, and we'll be good to update. So as you can see, this has been generated. We have our company information controllers, and we have the details, all these information updated. So if we just go to our views and a shared layout, to the same menu that we added, then we change this to be company information, which should be the controller name that has been generated here. So I'll just copy the name of the controller, and I'm going to paste it here. Then if I just launch our app, we should now be able to access our company information within system settings. So let's just wait and see what will happen. So there we go. So our app has, so there I'm going to log in, then we can access our application. So let's just wait and see. So I've logged in. Under system settings, I have the company information, and you can see we have index, create, all these information. So I want us to change some of those information, and I can just go to company information folder under index. I'm going to change these and say company information. Company information. Then you can say create company information. So if we do that, then we'll have, so I don't want to have all these details. So I want us to have only the name, the address, phone number. We can have maybe the KRA PIN. Let me do away with this. We can have the postal code. Let's do away with this. We can have maybe the contact person, the postal code, and the city. So let's remove the others as well. So I'm going to remove all this. We can have the KRA PIN, contact, remove the logo. I'm going to do away with that. Then here, instead of city ID, we can display the name. Also, instead of country ID, we can display the name. So after doing that, I want us also to remove, to have, so I think some of these fields are too many. So let's just remove the contact person. You can also remove the postal code. I'm also going to remove the postal code and the contact person. So the reason for that, I want us here to have our edit. We can also have another action for view. Those are the only two things that we allow here. So we can also borrow some styles from what we did for, and maybe leave entries. So we can borrow this. Then we under index for us now. Let's just go back to our index. So I'm going to copy this, and you can see we have edit, we pass the ID, then we have the view button. So this is the edit I mean. Then if we do that, then I can copy this. We can also have another view. So this will be details. We're also supplying the ID. And here we can say this is, you can say primary. Then this will be, instead of I here, we can say edit. Then this one will be view. So if I do that, then we should be good to go. So let's just confirm we are missing here table data, and that will be fine. So if I format, you'll be able to see my columns are okay. And here we can actually do table, can say responsive. Can also do table over. can actually copy from what we've had on maybe index here for the leave entries. We can copy. Yes, we can copy all this here. Let's just do that. We can replace it here. Then we'll have our table. We can actually do here table over. So once we do that, then our form should be clear. Then let's just update our application, and we should be able to see some nice UI here if our changes applies. So let's just see. Yes, we need to rebuild. Let's just rebuild and see. So we are going to build this application until we have a complete solution. And to help us continue doing this, guys, so if you see down the link on this video, you'll notice that you can actually support us by claiming this source code, and you can actually help us to continue doing this video. So I'm going to add here. So if you claim the source code, you're helping us go a long way in enhancing this solution, and we'll have a complete repo. So if I just go here to company information, you'll see we have the name, address, phone number, well now put. So we have also the create button, but this button of ours doesn't look good. So let's borrow what we had done, and even let's just check under employees, the index, let's just borrow the same button. So this one can copy up to there. So if I just go to our index page, then I can just copy up to here. So if I do that and apply my changes, our button should change to create company information with even an icon on it. So let's just confirm. So we need to rebuild this. So let's just rebuild and update. So here we can actually call this title company. Can have it that way. So our app is building. There we go. So if I just do here, and I can have admin at 123. So if we sign in, I'm going to access the page. And if I go there, you will be able to see now the create company information is looking good. So if I click create, I should see we have this form. So this form of ours is a bit, you see all this space on this other end. So I want us to utilize this space. So let's have this in 2 columns. So to do that, let's go to create, and I'm going to do here MD12. Then I can actually have this all in div class. Then I can do here row. Then I can close this, and I can close this as well. Then I'll also do that. So if I do that, I'm going to close this here. Then what I want us to do is for each of these, I want us to have div6. So this will be 6. Then we can copy this. I will be pasting them. Then we can close. So we'll be closing each of them as we proceed. I'll do that. Sorry. Come here, paste that, close it here. So close it. Also paste these, close it here. Also do this, close it here. Also do this, close it here. Also do this, and I can close it. Yes, need to close it here. I'm just doing the stylings here, guys. So if I just add that, I can also close this here. Can do that. Can also close this. Do that. Can also close this. Can also do this here. We can close it. Can do that, and we can close this. So if I do that and format my application, I should be able to have all these details that way. Then here I can say, can remove this, and you can say this is create company information. So let's just relaunch our app and see how this will go. So if I launch our app, I'm going to access that, and we should be able to have everything well aligned. So if you're new to this channel and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our videos, and comment down below. I'm going to have this as that way. Then I can do provide my password. Then I'm going to have company information. If we click create, then you see we have our form now. So we have name, all these information. So what I want us to do, we can actually add these. I want us to do something. We can actually add a div class here. So we can do div class. Then you can have these in a CRUD. You can close. Then you can also do div class. Then you can say CRUD. So then we can do body. So if we do that and close this, let's just see how these will appear. So I'm going to paste all those down here. Let's just have it everything within our CRUD. So I'm going to paste it below here. And if I format this, I should have everything within my CRUD. So if I apply the changes, I should see this is kind of within a CRUD. So let's just see if that will happen. So you can see that is what is happening. So we have everything within a CRUD. So you see there is something like a CRUD. So if you see on our country ID and city ID, it is actually displaying numbers, but this one cannot be interpreted by users. So what we need to do, we need to change this. So let's just go back to our controllers, and we need to change where there is city ID, we need to display name. Then here we change this to name. Also under create display, this should be name, and this is name. So this should be name. So if we relaunch our app, then we should be able to see that wherever there is an ID, wherever we need to choose city, then we can actually choose city with the name, not numbers. So users will not be able to interpret numbers. Instead, they'll have to interpret names. So if I just do here, provide my credentials, just do that, sign into our app, then we can do here company information. If we click add, then you can see now we have our city Nairobi, then country is that. So we also learned something. Instead of having these, if we want to choose the namings of these labels, what we need to do, we can actually go back to our model. So let's just go to create page. Then here, we can do company information. Then we can choose the display name here. We can do data annotation. So here we'll just do display name. Then we can have this as so we can say this is a company name. So that is what we need to do. Then we can do here under address, we can have here as address. Then we can remove this. Let me zoom this so that you can see clearly. Then we can also have phone number. So I'll just do phone number. So this is what will be displayed to the user. So here I'm going to choose NSSF number. So if I do that, I can do this. I can also do here NHIF number. So I can do NHIF number. So I can do here that way. So then we can also change this to KRA pin. KRA pin, and say here pin. This one you can change to small letters. Change this to small letters. So we can also have here contact person. So here I'll just do contact, then person. Then I'll also have here, can do here logo. So I'll do logo, and I'll also have here postal code. So I can do here postal code. Then I can also do here city. So I'll have these as city name. Can do that way. Then I can also do country name. I'll do here country name. So if we do that, I can now launch my app. Then you should see that the names that are being displayed on the UI is a bit clearer, and you should actually be good to proceed. So if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our video, and comment down below. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you've not subscribed. So I can do that. Then if I sign in, I should be able to access now our app. Under settings, then company information. Then if we add, then you see we have now some good namings. Company name, address, phone number, all these information. But now there's something we missed here. Yes, I think we have the logo. So the logo is not something that you are going to type. So this will be a file. So we need to attach a file. So I'm going to under create, then I'm going to change that. So here instead of input, then we do, so I'm going to do here input, just do type. Then I'm going to do, I'm going to do type. Then this will be equals to, then it will be file. Then I can have the name, I can say logo, and I can have an ID. Then I can say this is, I can say logo. So if I do that, then we have everything in place. So what I want us to do, if you see on our, let me try to apply changes, you see we will have the changes there. So if we do that, then we should be able to see that this changes to a file upload. So if I click on it, I should be able to attach a file. So I should be able to attach a file, and you can see as it is. So that means we can actually create our application. So let me just, for now, I want us to do something on our file. I don't want us to upload, so let's just do here sp4. So then we can do equals to, sorry, let me just copy this. So you say this is for logo. I want us just to take the name and save it to the database, but we will be saving the file and doing everything. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So let's just do that. There we go. So I'm going to have here my password, admin@123. So if I sign in, I'm going to access my company info. Then if I do create, I can now provide the company name. So I'll say macro code. Then my address is that. Phone number, I'll do that. NSSF number, I'll do that. NHIF, I'll do that. KRA PIN, I'll do that. Contact person is macro code admin. Then we can choose a file. So that is our file. Then you can have postal code. Then we have the country and the name. So if we click create, we should be able to create our application. But now there is something that is happening. When you come to our our company information, and some of you guys have been actually raising concern on that. So you'll notice that when you click here and you click create, let me just attach my file. So if I click create, you'll notice that this one is actually validated to false. And that means on our form here, some of the information are missing. And these information are like the city and the country. So these information are being validated. You see these two, they're actually being validated. So what we can do, let's just come here. So I'm going to do here is I can remove this and also remove this. So for those who have been having the challenge, if you don't want to do multiple validations or reuse that option, then just remove those two and you should be good to go. So let's just proceed, launch our app, then see how that will work. So if you haven't subscribed and you've watched the video up to now, please consider subscribing and like the video. So I'm going to log into my app. Then I'm just showing you how you can do it without doing more validations. So I'll just do that. Then if I come here, just do macro code, address, maybe you have those, have that, here we have that. Then I can choose a file. So if I click create, there is something that has happened. So you see, our user ID, we need to track this record and in our audit logs. So what we were doing, for every entry that we are supplying to the database, we need to actually pass the user ID who has done that. And as you can see, we have this user ID. So I'll just have it on our controller, but I'll be showing you guys how to avoid copying this all over and have it just in a single point, then you can reuse it. So we need to pass our user ID here, then we should be able now to save our record. So the system should be able to track every time you save the data, you should be able to track that that record has been created by someone and it logs all the fields that you've tried to add. So let's just go there and I'm going to do here admin, then I'll just log in. So if I sign in, go to system settings, then I can add the company. So I'll just do here macro code, provide all those fields, do that, can do this, I can do this. Then if I attach a photo, I can also create. So as you can see, our company now has been created. And if we go to the system administration under system security, under system logs, we should be able to see the entries that we've added. Let's just go to the last. You see the entry that you've added is a create audit type, the table that was affected. And if we view, we should be able to see that these are the details that we've saved to the database. And this is the primary key. So actually, this is what, and this is the user ID. So this is why we were getting that issue. So we've actually managed now to save our details. So if we click details, we should be able to see all the details that we've saved. But we'll be enhancing this in our next video. If you click edit, you'll be able to see all those details. But in edit, we can actually reuse what we had captured. So let's just go to create, and we can copy all these form here. So I want us to copy this form. So I can minimize that way. Then I can copy it and go to edit. Then I can also close this and replace all this information here. So if I replace it and just call this edit, that is okay. Then if we relaunch our app and go to the company information, we should be able to see that our form now looks the same way as the one for create. So let's just proceed and see. I'm going to log in, then we should be able to access that section. So there, then I'm going to sign in. There we go. Then we have the company information. Then if I click edit, you'll be able to see that my form now looks the same. But you see here, what has been selected is the ID. So that means under edit, within our controller, we never changed, you see here, we never change the ID to names. So here, this should be name, and this one should be name. The same thing under post, we should do the same thing. So that is under edit here. We should actually do here name and this one as name. So if we just log in, there we go. Let's just launch our app and see. So some of you guys might be wondering, when are we going to do the, that is the file upload? So you can actually consider doing the upload file because we had actually done that in employees module. So I'm going to reuse some of the things that we had done so that we have this module complete, waiting some of the UI enhancements. So I'm going to log in. Then if we go to system settings, company information, then if we click edit, you'll see that the name is now country and country. Then the photo, we are not displaying the photo because we should actually have a different way to display that. So what I want us to do, if we came to company, then create add new, you'll notice that you are not saving this photo. You are saving only the name, but you are not saving the photo. So if we go to our employees controller, you'll notice that we have been saving the file. And these are the details that we've been doing. So I'm going to copy this, go to our company information, under create. Let's just go under create. So under create, we need to ensure that we check the photo. So here, what we need to do, I'm going to remove this bind. So just remove this and leave alone the company information. Then here, I'm going to do comma, then I form file. I'm going to have I form file. So I form file. Then I'm going to call this a logo. So here, I'm also going to check if, so I'll just say here, so actually we are, yes, so we are adding in the correct place. So we have the company, this saying, so this is the company information. And here we should have this as company. This should be employee, that is the logo. We should change this to logo. So we'll say logo.length. Then here we should also have a logo. Then we should take the company information and we replace this with the logo. So the next thing that is remaining is actually now the configuration file. So to get the configuration file, we need to inject something on our controller. You need to say private read only. Then you can say I configuration. We are going to use I configuration. Then I'm going to have here my I configuration. Then I can just say I configuration. And you can put in a comma here. So inside our constructor, I'll just do I configuration, then equals to configuration. So after that, we should be able to see that our code here is okay. So the only challenge now that we have is we have something here that is throwing an error. So let me just confirm. So we have these as company information. That is the model. And this is saying, so we need to check. Yes, so we need to import. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to say using company. So we need to use one here, which is the models. So if we just do that, then here we should say logo. So if we do that, then this will be giving us, so here we'll just say company logo. So this will be the name of our file. So I'll just do a company logo. And the name of the file is being generated by the company logo underscore, then the date time, that is the timestamp, then the name of the file that we are attaching. So this actually allows us to prevent having duplicate names within our application. So if we just do that, this will actually save now our file to this folder. And if you see, we are getting the directory from the file settings. This file settings is actually within our app settings.json. So if you go to app settings.json, you'll realize that we are accessing file settings, then upload folder, where all these files are being uploaded. So that is it. So let's just try and see. So I'm going to launch our app, and we can actually have a breakpoint within our logo here, so that we see what will happen up to that point. So let's just launch our app and see how it will go. So I'm going to access my app, then I'll just do that, and I'm going to do that. So if we sign in, I should have system settings. Then if I come here and now do create, we can create another company. So I'll just do that. And here I can attach a photo. And if I click create, you'll notice that the logo is null. So that means we need to check why our logo is null. So if I just come to create under company information, we need to remove one thing here. So I'm going to go to where the logo is. So we need to remove this SP4, and we just have a logo. So if we remove that and launch our app, then we should be able to save our file without any challenge. So let's just see. So if you're new to this channel and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our video, and comment down below. And if you need the source code, you can also promote us by claiming the source code, and we will really appreciate. And you feel you want to buy us coffee, you can also buy us coffee using the link below. So if I just go to company information, create, then we can do that, can do that. Then here we can do that. So I'm going to attach a photo there. So if I click create, on our logo, we should be able to get the details. So if you click that, then you'll see that the logo is still null. So that means there's something that we've missed. So let's go to create page, and I want us to go to the form. You see here, I want us now to add something here. So I want us to add int type. Then we should do multi-part form data, and that should be okay now. Then here I want us to do method, and we can do post. So let's relaunch our app and see. So we should be able now to save our file without any challenge. So you should be able to add these two here, and you can. So this is really important when actually uploading files. So I'm going to launch the app again, then just provide the login details, and I'm going to access this. So let's just launch. Then system settings. Then if we add new, I'm going to do that. Then we can actually have this. Create. So if we come to logo, we should be able to see that now we have the data. So you see we have the image and all these details. So if we proceed, we'll see that the company name will be generated. That is the logo name. That is the company logo underscore the timestamp, and then we have the file name. Then we'll get the path where our file will be saved. Then the complete file path, and our file will be saved to that place. So if we proceed, then we should be able to save our application without any challenge. So as you can see, we've managed to add 2 countries, that is 2 companies within the application, and all is good. So for today, I'm going to leave it there. If you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you need the source code, you can claim the source code in the description down below. And see you in our next video. Keep safe. Bye.